No.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 220 Takes. It's just me and Chris.
Yep, we're back.
Thank God Connor's not here because he sucked and he was always saying he was going to quit the pod.
Yeah, he was honestly holding us back. So now I think we're ready to obviously progress and make this, something we're proud of. This guy's sleeping, man. Connor, come on. Let's go. Wake up. It's time for the pod, man. Time for the pod. Come on. Evan, come on. Come on. He's awake, bro.
Guys,
Here we go.
Guys, I just had the craziest nightmare.
What was it?
What was it, man?
Man, like you guys were like doing the pod like without me. Like you guys fired me for being lazy and like bad at my job. Like I was a terrible host. You were like, oh, let's get this show on the road without Connor. Like he's terrible.
That's a crazy dream, man. We would never do that.
We would never.
All right, well, thank you guys for the reassurance.
Yeah, no problem, man.
And live from 220, it's 220 Takes. Cue the intro. All right, guys. Well, we had a little bit of thought we'd do something new there. A little skit for the for the visual watchers and I guess listeners. They could have kind of picked up on what was going on.
TikTok viewers.
Yeah. Oh yes, follow the TikTok. I don't know if we brought it up. I think we did.
We did last.
We kind of touched on
Follow
it.
the TikTok. We got new ambiance back here. Spooky season's over.
Yeah.
I believe this episode is called Autumn Over Hogwarts Castle.
Maybe not Hogwarts. For the
Oh yeah, Autumn Over Wizard School Castle.
I like that.
Looks nice. There's people walking that way.
Yep.
As always, Connor
I'm Chris.
Evan.
and
We're regulars now.
right.
We've
Honestly.
been regulars.
Ninth
right?
episode.
Yeah,
This doesn't-
episode 9, almost
doesn't-
at double digits. We should do something special for episode 10.
Okay.
For Connor.
Maybe that's when we do our pub episode,
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
or a little bit at pub. Who knows?
Casino.
Casino episode maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bit of an agenda for us today. We'll start with personal life as always, and we'll jump into. We'll do a little bit of league hopping. We don't have much to talk about, but we'll do a little bit of that. Some news, NFL news, some questions, and then we'll get into typical fashion Bears Packers.
Yep.
And then
Glazer.
Capper Glazer hater. We'll go over our parlay
Picks.
and then picks, and then we'll predict, as always, our next week's game. Speaking of Capper Glazer hater, I mean, why don't you bring the whiteboards over here?
Oh, I got you.
Just so we're prepared.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll just set them right there.
Let's start with personal life, I suppose.
Okay.
Thursday intramural basketball game. We won.
Yeah, we did.
It was a
On
bit of a close
Halloween.
one.
It's a spooky
Yeah.
win.
Spooky win. We did dress up for the game. Well, me and Chris did. Evan wasn't there.
Yeah, Evan, personal reasons.
Yeah. I was Jackie Moon from Semi Pro.
And I was a lifeguard, so I had to save the lives.
Look. I didn't want to bring this up on the pod,
I know
but
where this is going.
I feel like I got to come clean. I did play on Thursday. I got like 5, 6, 8.
did?
We'll say 8 minutes.
Yeah, he did play. He did
I was doing cardio. Tony Snell game, zeros in every stat. Look, I'm sorry. I know we won.
Listen.
And I was telling the guys, like I'd rather be a Tony Snell on a winning team than a Steph Curry on a losing team.
Honestly, that's facts.
Mhm.
That's facts.
And I won't
I
be
don't
at the
know.
game this Thursday. Awkward. This has never happened. It's a bit of a long head too, huh? Oh, not this head. This head.
Block out.
Not this head.
Out of the video, man.
Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. Technical difficulties.
Anyways,
There we go. Okay.
now
we're back.
Ads.
All
All right, man. Well, you were.
right. Where was I? Basketball game on Thursday.
Your
I won't
cardio
be
game.
there. I won't be
Oh,
there
yeah.
this week. Sorry to the guys, but you're probably better without me anyway. So.
No, we're not. We need a glue guy.
I was a glue guy off the bench, hyping everybody up.
Were we not the? What year would that be? Nets.
19 Nets.
The 2019 Nets on the bench.
Yeah, we
were dancing. We were cheering.
We were getting hyped.
Then we went in.
Yeah. Halloween weekend was valid.
Halloween weekend was very valid. I like to touch. I had a nice 3-pointer.
You did.
It was.
He called for an and one after.
3.
They didn't call
it. I said and one. Get out of my face, bro. And they didn't call it. I went 1 for 5. No, I went 1 for 3. 1 for 3. 1 for 3. Shoot. But anyways, Halloween weekend.
Yeah, Halloween weekend was valid. We went out on the town without Evan. He wasn't here. Obviously, partied.
What other costumes did we rock?
You were.
I was Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then I was also a cowboy.
And I was, as well as Jackie Moon, I was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Yes. Michelangelo, to be specific, with our boy Mitch. Mm-hmm. Shout out Mitch, who, we also went to the casino with him on Saturday.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything there. I was there for the fun.
This guy almost did. Almost did.
Yeah. Shout out to Peoria Casino, though. Shout out Luke Altmaier. We saw him there.
Yeah, shout out Alt.
Small world.
Small world.
Free soda at the Peoria Casino.
Horrible flavors.
Really?
Yeah.
It was
Pepsi Casino. I'm not a big Pepsi guy, so.
And like Sierra Mist, man.
Yeah.
Free. I'm not drinking that.
But yeah, that was a bit of our weekend.
Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Evan, how was your weekend?
Out of the house, out of 220.
Yeah, out of 220.
Yeah, it was good. I went to Wisconsin, did some hunting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a successful trip.
Mm-hmm.
Came back with some horns.
Yeah.
Some horns.
Horns
up.
Down. Horns down.
Oh, horns up.
Horns up for Arch.
Horns up for Arch.
Overall, pretty good weekend, but, I missed the boys, so it's good to be back.
We missed you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's jump.
Enough
that's
about us.
Yeah, that's enough about our weekend. We'll jump in here to league hopping.
All right.
Oh, I really only have one thing to say. The Dodgers won the World Series.
Yeah.
4 games to 1. It helps. It helps when your team spends like $1 billion in free agency.
And the Yankees make a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah, they did. They actually sold themselves the game in the 5th inning. Won't get too much into that here, but all in all, mediocre series. The favorites won.
Mediocre season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially, I'm a White Sox fan, so
well,
below mediocre season for me.
Yep.
Garbage can season.
Yep.
Bottom of the barrel. Let's see. NBA season's going off. Bulls just lost to the 0-6. Well, I guess now 1-6 Jazz.
Yeah.
The Bucks aren't having the start that they
Bucks are 1-6,
really wanted.
1-7.
Yeah. Potential Giannis trade maybe. We'll see.
Giannis trade. Giannis might want out.
Yeah. Bulls are mid.
Lonzo's hurt.
Yeah, Lonzo got hurt again. Jumping over to NHL.
Blackhawks are good. 2-game win streak.
They're all right. My Jets, 9-1, I think they are.
Oh, so you're
cooking.
bandwagon.
No.
Okay. Oh, I think you touched on this.
Yeah, I was a fan of them last year when they were also like best team in the league. But I like their goalie. His name's Connor, and they have a guy whose last name is Connor. They have like 2 Connors, and so come on. I mean, like it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'll allow it.
I think that's all we have for league hopping. I can't really think. Garrett Cole staying with New York. I saw that.
He opted out, but
but now he's in. He's back in. I
opted
think.
Back in.
That's all I got.
Okay. I think that's all we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopping into some NFL news, a big one, CMC off the IR, so we could be seeing him back in the next week or 2.
I do think he practiced today.
Hey, shout out fantasy owners.
Yeah.
I don't think there was practice today.
Well, I think he's practicing this week.
All the 2-7 teams.
Yeah.
You see that? They're rejoicing.
No. I mean, what do you think that does for the 49ers?
It definitely helps him out.
I think it's huge.
Yeah, it definitely
Obviously.
is huge because
You're getting one of your best offensive players, if not best, back on a team that's injured.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that'll help him out tremendously, especially in such a tight division over there.
Yeah.
That'll help him out. That'll help him out in the long run.
I agree.
Dennis Allen fired and Luke Getsy fired.
Yeah, Dennis Allen, the Saints coach, who
I mean,
we were high on
I
week
think
2.
I was high. I was talking
Week
about
2,
Derek Carr
they
MVP
were 44. They beat the Cowboys 44-19, and then they go on a 7-game losing streak.
I feel like they were like 4-0. Like it doesn't seem like 7 straight losses, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been bad.
And then Luke Getsy, Raiders offensive coordinator,
Shocker.
former Bear offensive
Shocker,
coordinator,
he got
fired. Right, shocker, total shocker.
Shocker, the offense wasn't good.
Yeah. They're cycling through QBs over there. I think that's going to be Shador's landing spot.
Yeah, he said today, he goes, I'm not registering for classes, I'm going to the league.
Yeah.
You know.
Which is funny because there's still another semester before he goes to the league.
Well, maybe
I didn't think about that.
maybe they do it yearly.
I don't think anybody does it yearly.
But that's actually kind of funny. Oh, man.
But yeah, shout out Shador. Love to have you on the pod.
And clear that up for us.
Yeah. Clear that up for us. Maybe Colorado does it different down there.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe Luke Getsy will get another job somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. I was going to ask, what do you think the Saints are going to do for coaching, but I think it's just too early.
Yeah, definitely too early.
Like, everyone wants Ben Johnson, but
he's coming here.
okay,
He's coming to
we'll
Chicago.
talk a little more about that later, yeah.
What about Dak's injury?
Ooh. I wouldn't say that. I mean, the Cowboys have just been so mid. Right? I don't think that hurts them too much.
I think it does.
I mean, yeah, it does.
I think it nailed in the coffin of the season.
Yeah, nail in the coffin.
Now
of the
you're
season.
working for a draft pick.
Yeah.
Here.
I think. I don't know. Is Mike McCarthy's tenure in Dallas done?
Yes. I'm still on that train, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think.
Has anybody been talking about that?
I feel like a couple.
I've heard some people talk about that. I've heard a lot of people say they'd be mad if he was back.
Yeah.
You know, I think Trey Lance needs some playing time though.
Yeah.
Is he injured?
I don't know. Is he even still on the team?
I'd say
He can't be injured if he doesn't
Forget about
play.
Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Well, why did Cooper Rush come in?
Because he's the backup.
Why isn't Trey Lance the
He's the
backup?
third string. He's not good.
Do you remember when Cooper Rush played, what was it, a year ago or 2 years ago?
He was good.
He played like as well as Dak did.
But, I mean.
I miss Ben DiNucci.
We all do.
Ben DiNucci.
Yeah, I think.
Chris Olave got injured?
Oh yeah, that's
Scary play.
kind of staying with the Saints there. Hospital passes from Derek Carr.
Scary
That's a problem for him.
Yeah, and
Michael Thomas kind of going crazy on
he had
Twitter.
something to say about it.
Yeah.
Which
He had a lot to say about it.
do we know if he's on the Saints or not?
I have no idea. Is
Should I
he still
check?
on the team?
No, he's not on the Saints anymore.
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think he retired.
But I think Derek Carr said that he's never had an issue with any player besides Michael Thomas in his whole career.
I feel like that's a little hard to believe.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
But like he's never
to the extent that Michael Thomas is going,
Yeah.
I agree with him. It was a little much to just hop on Twitter.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
He was saying some crazy things on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Which is crazy.
He was going around New Orleans, videoing people what do you think about Derek Carr?
He was?
I think so. He was doing
He's
something
gonna be the
about
new AB.
that.
Yeah, low key. Except with a lot worse.
Just
career.
got washed at the end of his career and then decided he was just gonna start talking.
Yeah, dude's milking a toe injury for 3 years.
Yeah.
No,
Slant
that's
boy.
actually facts.
Slant boy.
Slant boy. Never forget though.
He was electric.
Yeah, but prayers to Chris Olave.
Yeah.
I think he was up and moving around later in the day. So.
I think they discharged him from the hospital and everything, and he's back with the team.
Shout out Chris Olave. We love to have you on the pod.
Actually, yeah. Ohio State alone.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you guys do you think of anything else for NFL
news?
News-wise?
No, not off the top of my head. I mean, Eberflus officially
Resigned?
still winless on the road on Sunday road games.
Yeah, should we talk? Do you want to talk about that?
Well,
now?
we'll get to
Okay.
that. We'll get
I was
to
gonna
that.
say, it's just a crazy stat.
Well, let's go into questions then.
Yeah.
Because I got a few questions. And the first one being, what team should make a move at the deadline?
I feel like I don't know. It's football is such different than baseball, because in baseball, you can see a team that's playoff bound, but also has a weak spot.
Yeah.
And then you could be they need to move for some pitching or some relievers, or they need an outfielder or something. But with football, since there's so many players playing,
team,
it's
everyone does their job.
yeah, it's so much more difficult. But I mean, like, if the Lions maybe wanted to trade for an edge rusher,
Yeah, and they did reach out to the Raiders
Yeah.
for Max Crosby.
What
So,
about like the Buccaneers? Like they really need a wide receiver right now. So
yeah, I mean, I could see them making a move, but I don't know what
Well,
wide receivers would be on the market. You know,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
like
for the
since-
right price.
right? I mean, but like, you know, the Rams were thinking about shopping like Cooper Kupp, and now that they're winning again,
Yeah.
they're probably
Flip
going
that
to
whole
keep
plan
him.
around.
Well, I saw that the Steelers they were really close to acquiring Christian Kirk, but then he got hurt in the Packers game, and then they just like basically were like
Yeah.
off the table.
See, the Steelers, that would have been
Steelers,
another good
that's
one
interesting. I
of
feel like they
needing a
could-
wide receiver.
They've
They
been
could
trying
probably-
to get a wide receiver.
I know they have been.
It's the
With
first
Ayuk.
forever. They wanted Ayuk.
I
They
know.
wanted They wanted.
I thought they
everybody.
were getting Ayuk.
Yeah.
Some guy came out and said like confirmed basically that he was going to the Steelers, and then it never happened. Everybody was pissed at him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe on the AFC side.
I mean, the Steelers.
I don't know. The Broncos are kind of cooking. Maybe the Broncos make a move for something.
Yeah, but they're not winning their division.
Yeah, probably not.
The Chiefs traded for D-Hop, who had a great game today. That was probably
Yeah.
a really good, that filled a hole
Mhm.
that team really needed. I really don't know. It'll be interesting. Usually trade deadlines are not really that eventful.
Yeah,
At
especially
least in the NFL, yeah. But
NBA, it's different.
NBA, it's different.
and baseball.
Maybe
yeah.
the Texans make a move for somebody.
Maybe.
Maybe they try, like we said, not a lot of wide receivers up for grabs, but maybe they do something just to shake up the team. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah,
Interesting. We'll see how it shakes off
Yes,
tomorrow.
we will.
Shakes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
The second biggest thing that's happening tomorrow on Tuesday. No, it's the biggest.
Hey,
It's
get
the
out and
biggest.
vote.
It's the biggest.
get on vote.
All right.
Who do we think wins the NFC West?
Ooh, I
Because
West.
it's a pretty
It's
tight
a
race.
barn burner
Are
over
the Cardinals still in first?
there. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
tied? Or
No, they're in
okay.
first.
And then there's the 49ers.
I think
And then the Rams, right?
with McCaffrey coming back, I think the Niners.
Yeah, which is like the Rams, we thought they were a team that might
Yeah.
be out of it early, but since all the teams in that division have kind of went through some ups and downs, it's kind of wide open.
Yeah.
I actually really like the Cardinals. Now, I was
Yeah.
kind of leaning on the Seahawks, but they just did not look that great. Geno Smith specifically did not look that great. So I think the Cardinals, they have a really solid run game, and that showed a lot in the Bears game, obviously. But when Kyler's able to not be the guy who has to make the play, I think he does a really good job fitting in and managing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously their defense made plays too. So I'd probably say the Cardinals.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna. I guess it's not gonna be a new thing, but it's a new thing for this episode. It's called Pretender
Oh, yeah.
or Contender. So I'm gonna name a team, and you guys tell me if they're pretending to be a good team or they're actually a team that's contending with
Okay.
the top dogs in the league.
Yep.
First team on the list, the Commanders.
I think it's too far in the season to say they're pretenders. So I think they have a legitimate shot to win the division. So I'll say contender.
I think they're pretenders.
You think they're pretenders?
Yeah.
Even though you glaze Jaden Daniels.
I think they really haven't played any competition.
I mean, I agree.
Is it maybe a little animosity?
No,
Towards
there's no
them?
animosity. But like
No.
I know you can't be like you still got to beat the bad teams.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The Ravens came into town, they lost.
It just.
Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. We'll
But
see.
I just feel like I mean
they could win the division.
they're definitely still up there in contention to win the division. But I think if they were to run into like the Lions in the playoffs, then that's that
True.
like the Lions are just on a whole different level than they are.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. The Steelers.
Steelers.
I think pretenders.
Yeah.
I think it's the same story every year. Their defense carries them to
Yeah.
the playoffs, or at least a wild card spot. So I pretenders.
I agree. I also think pretenders. I just don't think that offense is that good.
Mhm.
The
I agree.
defense is crazy, and Chris is right. It carries a lot of games, but I mean, I do think that they lucked out quite a bit with Fields in there getting to the 5-2, and then when Russ came in, I think.
Well, what do you think they need to do to get to the contender level?
Get another wide receiver.
Yeah,
Figure out QB for sure.
yeah. Figure out QB. I think they're
No,
going to stick with Russ for the rest of
Right.
the season,
But
which is interesting that they made that move.
I know.
mid-season because Fields was still like.
Hey, it's good for us though.
Winning.
Well, they got to see what they got with both guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, I think pretender.
the Texans.
Texans.
Ooh.
You know, they've hit quite a bit of a dry spell
Mhm.
recently, but I do think that if everybody comes back healthy, I think they could be a contender.
Yeah. I agree with that. They are another team that's riddled with injuries, and their defense can only do so. They're doing okay, but they're used to the Texans putting up points and having that offense. So I think by the time then the season comes, I still think they'll be ahead in the division, and I think they should be fine.
Yeah,
for
they
playoffs.
should definitely.
So I say contenders.
They should definitely win that division.
Yeah.
I think.
Eagles.
Pretenders. Pretenders because I think Nick Sirianni is having this weird mental conflict where he's trying to prove people wrong. I think his decision making will affect how they play games, and I think it'll hurt them eventually.
Completely agree.
Yep.
They are a good team.
Yeah, they are a good team.
But I do agree. I think I kind of think they went over their hump after that Super Bowl.
Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts a top quarterback in the league or no?
Top 10. Don't ask me about the other 9.
Top 10. Yeah, probably, but probably the bottom half.
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
I'm not saying it's top 5.
It's probably around 8, 9,
Yeah.
or 10.
Okay. The Vikings.
Pretenders.
Yeah, I think they're pretenders.
As much as I
Really?
hate to say it, Sam Darnold's been having an iffy couple weeks. He's starting to see ghosts.
I mean, even if you asked us this a couple weeks ago when they were still 5-0, I still
probably
would have said pretenders.
You can only ride on that offense for so
Yeah.
long, and
I mean, same kind of story where the defense is just
Yeah.
That's it's the same story with the
even
defense.
now
Defense has just been crazy this year.
Defense
For
been
everybody,
good.
low key.
Yeah, they just don't look as explosive as they
Yeah.
looked.
I think their defense is. Obviously they have Harrison Smith, but they don't have any Buddy Crazy on defense. It's more their scheme that helps them out a lot. They have a very confusing scheme that it seems like offenses can't really tell what they're doing. But I agree with you guys, pretender. Okay, last one, Falcons.
Falcons, pretender.
I'll say pretender too. I mean, year 1 with Kirk Cousins, I don't know. I just feel like they're a team that needs to gel for another year. Then I think they could be really good. Even though this year probably be one of the better years to do it with Dallas being so bad.
Yeah.
But
They'll probably end up winning the division.
or not Dallas. Why did I say Dallas?
You mean Tampa Bay?
Yeah, that's what I meant, Tampa Bay. I don't know why I
Yeah.
said Dallas. I meant Tampa Bay.
They'll probably end up winning the division. They already played Tampa both times, and I think they won both times.
They
So
swept them, and
I don't really see
the
Tampa
Saints
making.
and Panthers.
Yeah, I mean they're
giving
just bottom of the
problems.
barrel. But then, well, I mean, it's a whole different story once you get to the playoffs. Kirk, I don't really think he has that much playoff experience.
No.
So I feel like it'll just be interesting to see them in the playoffs. That's a young team. That's a young team besides him, which is funny. But we'll see what happens come playoff time. But as of right now, I think they're pretenders.
That was the last one I had.
All right.
All right.
Those were good. I like those teams.
Well, jumping into Packers-Bears, if you guys want to start out, I didn't really see the game, and I'm sure you guys didn't really see the Packers game because they were on at the same time. But just give your take on how it went and the rundown of the game.
Tough week for both of us.
Wow.
We both took L's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually uncommon.
Eberflus has got to go.
Wow.
Whether it's tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I don't care
they're not
what
going
day it
to.
is. They're not
The
going
Bears
to, which
have
is the
never
problem.
fired a head coach in the middle of the year. They always wait till January.
So hopefully they'll fire him in January. But winless on road Sunday games.
0-18 in his Bears career.
Yeah.
I literally saw a clip of people saying he's never said "woohoo, good victory, guys" on the plane ride home. Literally just saw that. Could you imagine?
They gotta. I mean, even if they somehow make the playoffs,
No.
he's still gone. I think.
There's no
There's
way
no
they
way.
make the playoffs. We're done.
No, there's still a way.
No, season's done. It never.
If we win out.
We got so hyped because we were falsified 4-2. We weren't supposed to be good. We were supposed to go 6 wins max, maybe 7 or 8. Then we get blessed with this easy start of the schedule. Then what does Matt Eberflus say? Nothing, bro. He literally asked, "Are you losing the locker room?" "Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no, I still think they got me. Or no, maybe." Dude's not sure about anything. Bullied into benching Tyreek. Bullied into taking
First 2 drives.
Yeah, first 2 drives, which I won't blame him because I want him to play. Bullied into taking accountability about what he did, because he's finally like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Then the audacity to be like, all right, let me run the actual play at halftime and get ran on for 53 yards. That was worse than the Hail Mary.
Diabolical. Absolutely diabolical.
That was a stab.
That was the longest run play, I think, at the end of the half ever.
53 yards. I don't even know how that happens.
Ben Johnson, please save us.
Hey, Ben Johnson, Lincoln Riley, Robert Saleh, next year.
Please save us.
That's why he's hanging out with the Packers to get inside information.
Yep.
So, we need new coaches.
We'll see. I do think we win next week. I'm going to the Patriots game, by the way, guys. Yep. But I do think we win next week.
I think so
I do like Drake May, so it'll be good to see another rookie QB duel between Caleb and Drake.
I feel bad for Caleb.
I do as well.
Because
it's not his fault.
Nah, come on, man.
It's a little bit.
I'm not going to hate on him, but he's not looking great. But at the same time, like, I'm telling you, no one is helping him.
Yeah.
It clearly, because he's still. I won't say he's getting worse. He's just kind of plateauing now.
I just think the Bears are cursed.
Yeah, that too.
I think they're cursed. The team is cursed.
Should we just end on that?
We sold our souls to win the 1985 Super Bowl, and then cursed.
All right, Bears are cursed.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Man,
tough loss.
It was a tough loss, and it was hard to watch. It's just hard to watch a team hurt themselves so much. Like their biggest issue is themselves. All the penalties.
Yeah.
And it's not just like the amount of penalties, it's the penalties in critical moments. Like we got the ball to start the game. On the kickoff, we literally get an unsportsmanlike conduct. Moves us back. We can't execute in the red zone.
Yeah.
Jordan Love threw another pick 6.
A bit of a bad play.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, and he just hasn't looked good, and you can tell he's off. He's just.
Do you think now that he should have played, or would you rather have maybe let him heal? Because he didn't look 100%, at least from highlights and what I've heard. Do you think he should still have played, or do you think Malik would have maybe given you a little better chance because he was fully healthy?
No, I don't think. I think that.
Okay. Well, I can't skip this one. All right. Keep going.
I think that a Jordan Love 70% is better than a Malik Willis 100%. Just
Malik Willis is 2-0.
Just knowledge wise,
Mm-hmm.
and skill wise, but obviously he did look a little off, and I think he is battling. Like I was kind of talking to you guys about before the podcast, it was like the Packers needed the bye week in the worst way possible. They got a lot of injuries that they're dealing with, but if Love can just clean up those 1 or 2 passes where he's he just wants to make a play all the time, and he doesn't ever want to throw the ball out of bounds. He always wants to find a way to get it to a check down. It was just it was a good play by their safety. It was a good play. So, but yeah, they get down the field. They can't score in the red zone, or they'll get in the red zone and then they have a bunch of penalties and it pushes them back. They missed a field goal, and I think that the Packers can beat the Lions. I believe that they can beat the Lions, but they have to be able to mitigate all these penalties and all these things they do that kick themselves. So, the Lions were a good team last year, and they split games with the Lions. So
the Bears did too.
And they split games with the Vikings as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, we beat the Bears twice. because that's just what we do as of recently. But I think this is a team. This is a very talented team, and I know they'll be better for it. Jordan Love did say after the game, which was kind of the first time I've heard him say it about, throwing picks. He said this is something that I need to work on and focus on even more going forward. And it's something he's going to put a lot of effort into making sure he's taking care of the ball better, which is nice to hear for sure. But yeah, I mean, I know this team is good, and we're only halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So
still a long way to go.
The Lions are playing their best football right now, and I'm hoping the Packers are playing their best football by the end of the season.
Same with the Bears.
And one thing I do want to add about this too is that a lot of people are forgetting that last year at this point we were 3-6, and we're 6-3 right now, and we made the playoffs last year. We were playing like one of the best football teams in the league last year at the end of the year. So this is a lot better than it was last year, and I think they'll be able to figure it out coming off the bye week versus the Bears. So
I do want to say that was the first game the Lions played outdoors.
Yeah, and credit to Jared Goff, because it's not like he did anything crazy, but like he didn't make any crazy throws. I think he had 134 yards passing, but he just their wide receivers.
He did what he had to do.
Yeah, like their wide
wide
receivers, they caught every single ball that was thrown to them. I can't tell you how many times there were drop passes in the Packers game.
Yeah.
Like in reality, I think at the end of the game they said 7 or 8 drop passes.
Wow.
So and there was a touchdown pass that was dropped. Christian Watson, a couple plays, Jordan Love threw a pass to him, and he basically just misjudged it and came up to the ball, and he had the guy beat. He came up to the ball, tried to get it. If he would just kept running, it would have been a touchdown. Just all these little things that the game seems like it was way wider of a margin than it was. But I think that if you kind of put together these pieces, it becomes a whole different game. Obviously, the pick 6 at the end of the first half, that's you can't do that. So I think they'll get better at it, and I'm hoping they get better at it. And it gives me confidence that they played so well last year at the end of the season, and I'm just hoping they'll put it together. But it is frustrating right now because you want to beat the good teams and prove yourself, and it's hard to do that when you're only beating bad teams. So, yeah.
Well said. All right.
Frustrating week for both of us.
Yeah.
We got Capper, Glazer, Hater.
All right. Something to maybe lighten the mood.
Do we want to go over our picks from last week?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Right. Everyone remembers things?
Yeah, I got mine here. My capper last week was the Jets.
What is that?
And they won.
Whoa. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
That was a crazy game, actually.
Yeah,
I feel like we should talk about that a little bit.
Should we talk about
Thursday
it later?
night?
Because Davante finally got his first touchdown. He had 92 yards.
Yep.
Crazy play. I forget what his name is. But
Garrett Wilson?
No.
Oh, I was
Garrett Wilson, the catch.
First.
Kind of bringing it back up. Oh, they were comparing it to the Odell catch, but.
Yeah, people are saying, kids are going to say, let me Garrett that, let me Wilson that.
But,
that wasn't even a catch.
It was. The shin got down.
Oh. The kid who dropped the ball before he went into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
He was running and did one of the classic, I'm going to drop it, right before, I'm celebrating. And then they called it back. But, I mean, they still got the win anyways.
What do we think, before we jump forward, what do we think about the Jets right now? Do you think they finally clicked and they'll make a playoff run?
No.
It's
too
late.
No.
It's too late.
No. I do not think. I think they actually would have to win out.
Do you think Rodgers comes back?
No.
I think he'll call it after this season.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any way they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I just think Rodgers maybe goes out on a high note, but I think he's also at the same time I'm not dealing with this again.
Yeah.
So I think he'll retire.
It is. I will say that it's nice to watch, and I might have said this before, but it's nice to watch Jets fans complain about things that Aaron Rodgers does or says when they were, a lot of people were probably like clowning us or like, now they wanted him so bad and now, they say all these.
They're getting the Aaron Rodgers treatment.
Right. Hey, man, what do you say about the cayenne pepper and...
Thomas Morstead said that's the fountain of youth.
Yeah. So he after
What?
after he tried that, they won the game. So
What
that's
did
like
he
the new
try? What
secret.
is this?
Cayenne pepper and something.
And it's like the
Water, I think.
Yeah. It relieves like I don't even know what he said.
Lightning. That's the stupidest
That's why they
thing
won
ever.
the game.
That's crazy. But if he does it again, I'll pick the Jets to win. Okay. Did you talk about? Oh yeah, you said the Jets for your capper last week.
Okay.
Should I just go one through?
Yeah, go down.
My Glazer was Davante Adams, and
Bounce back.
he had a good game last week. He had another good game this week.
Yep.
So shout out him. And my hater was Tyreek Stevenson. Self-explanatory. Didn't really see much from him last game, but whatever. We'll see. I'm kind of just out on the Bears right now. Like I'm kind of just bared out.
Going to the game this Sunday.
I am going into the game. So.
Yeah. So maybe bear down then.
Yeah.
Cool. Last week my capper was Josh Allen, and I think obviously this week he played a lot better. He started off a little slow. He had that interception. That was not his fault. That was Keon Coleman's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But he ended up throwing 3 touchdowns, and I know the game was close, but their offense seemed to have no problems in the second half. So
that was a good game.
That was a really good game.
Came down to a 61-yarder game winner.
Yeah, by Tyler Bass, who missed an extra point that would have had them win the game without the field goal.
He was like, I gotta in front of the Huzz.
He's like, let me put on.
Oh, the Huzz are here. I gotta show out.
Let's hang on, nice close. All right. Glazer Darnell Mooney, who last week had 2 touchdowns. This weekend he had 1 touchdown, so he's still going. It's good to see
former
Bear player play good, and it just reassures us that we are cursed. It is our fault. So hater Derek Carr, still bad.
Put Chris Olave in the hospital.
Yep, still lost to the Panthers.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got.
My capper last week was Caleb Williams. You can tell me, was that? That means I thought he might play better, but he didn't really play that much better. I didn't really watch the game, so I can't tell you really specifics on it of how bad it was, but yeah. My Glazer was Josh Jacobs, and honestly, he had another good game.
They fed him the rock a bunch.
He averaged like 7-point-something yards per carry. So
how do you do against the Lions? No hate, but I actually don't know how do you do.
Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, they gave him the ball a lot.
No, they gave him the ball a lot.
10 carries in the second quarter.
He had 100 yards at half.
Yeah.
Against the Lions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which because it was raining, I'm sure, but still, he put up yards.
Yeah, he played good, and obviously they didn't get the win, but I don't know. He played good, and nobody else really did. So, and I think he's a little bit injured too, but that he's been playing through something. So, and then my hater was Tyreek Stevenson. So, same reasons Connor said.
All right. Let's see capper this week.
Cool.
Ooh,
Oh, I don't like that.
capper.
Did you see mine? Okay.
I'm liking the music.
Inspirational music, I know. I feel like I gotta watch Harry Potter now again.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. I put down Keenan Allen. Evan put down Marvin Harrison Jr. and Chris put down Bo Nix. Interesting.
Bo Nix.
We'll start with you, Chris.
Start with me. I wrote down Bo Nix. Kind of a weird game against the Ravens. He didn't do a whole lot. He had a pretty bad interception, and he caught a touchdown pass. But he's still doing a good job, I think, for a rookie in a situation with the Broncos where people maybe thought it was going to take a lot of time. But they're 4-5.
Yeah.
Maybe 4-5. They're technically not out of the playoff race. It's not looking good, but I just think he's weirdly doing enough to improve each week after week, and I think next week he plays obviously better than before. I think he cleans up the interceptions and he throws a couple touchdown passes next week. Who did you put down?
I put down Keenan Allen. And it's not like he's been
I want him.
terrible this year, but like, we brought in the veteran receiver to help our rookie QB, and like, he just has to be better than what he's been.
Yeah, why does he look 40 now?
Yeah, like he's kind of dropping some passes that he should be catching. That there was a play last week where his helmet came off and like he just had like specks of hair. Like, bro, just let that go.
Yeah, just let it. Just let it.
But like in all seriousness, so like he just needs to be better. He needs to be a better player for the rookie QB for his growth.
Someone needs to hold him accountable.
Yeah,
and no one is.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because he's the vet.
I
People are like, oh, he's been here for a while.
I know.
And it sucks because we're paying him like what, $35 million?
Maybe 40.
He's going to be gone next year, probably. And it's like,
is he?
Probably.
I thought he was on like 2 years.
No, he's on a 1 year. And it's like he just needs to be better for us. I haven't really been seeing anything from him that's making me go like, whoa. But I know he has it in him.
Yeah, it's coming.
Pause.
Yeah.
And I hope he can show, in the next coming weeks. These are some important games for the Bears.
Yep.
These next 2 weeks. Hopefully he can show out.
I put down Marvin Harrison Jr.
He's been on this capper list quite a bit.
You got locked today.
Yeah, obviously the Cardinals won the game, but he's just been a guy this year, at least for my fantasy team, a guy who's been up and down a lot. Mm-hmm. And I've put a lot of faith into him because I start him almost every single week with usually false hope. Yep. No, not usually, but like it's just a lot of up and down. And partly his fault, partly not. I think they need to find ways to get him the ball more, and I think that they would have a little bit more success. Obviously, they had a lot of success versus the Bears, but like, I don't know. It's just like I just feel like he's put out there to be like this great guy, like
top 3 pick, or like he could have been number 1.
I would say like generational like wide receiver in a draft. Like. I don't know. And I just think he hasn't really lived up to that kind of standard. There's other wide receivers out there that were picked later than him that are doing substantially better. So
no, Marvin's doing better than Rome.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
Malik Neighbor.
Glazer.
Okay. I actually realized I almost wrote down the same person.
I'll go first here because I don't really have much to add. Evan kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. But I picked Davante Adams.
Okay.
Ooh.
It took a little bit after he got there, but he finally clicked with Aaron.
They have that
They locked in.
Yep.
I know he went to the locker room for a little bit, but he came back out and scored like immediately after he came back out. I wonder if Aaron hit him up with the cayenne mix up in there.
It might take some.
But yeah, I know I was capping on them last week, but I knew eventually that they'd click, and they did. I just feel like it's too late, but. At least he clicked for my fantasy team.
Well, let me go next because, I also had Davante Adams.
We did not correlate this.
Because
Imagine.
No, I actually don't.
Yeah, I mean, same reasons as you. I thought it took him a while to get used to it, but he really did have a crucial touchdown in the game that sealed the deal for them, and it looked like vintage Davante or Aaron Rodgers to Davante Adams. They were just on the same page, so
they just got to get Jordy Nelson out of retirement now.
Yeah.
Oh, please come
Randall
back.
Cobb.
Yeah.
Please come back.
Or
James
Donald
Jones.
Driver.
James Jones. Greg Jennings.
Bring John Kuhn back. Eddie Lacy.
Jermichael Finley.
No,
I'm out.
You don't know anymore.
Mercedes Lewis.
He's
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham.
Hey, that's a Bears legend you're talking about. I wrote down Zay Flowers, another wide receiver, guy that's had. Well, he was averaging 25 yards a catch this week. He caught 2 touchdowns from Lamar. This is a guy who's been having multiple touchdowns for the past couple weeks now. And I think his connection with Lamar has been special. And they're still kind of looking for, they said another wide receiver in that, but it'd only be to complement him, because he's obviously their wide receiver 1. He's getting open. He's super fast. He's able to find soft spots and zones. And I think he's gonna continue and do that for the rest of the year. So I think, whatever, man. I choose Zay Flowers.
Yeah, good pick.
Thanks, man.
Especially after the week he had last week, where he dropped that wide open pass.
That was Rashawn Bateman.
All right, let's move on to the hater.
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
I put on the Bears, and it's no hate to you guys.
Oh my god.
It's just this. It's just.
I'm changing mine.
Is that
You
what
have
you
the Bears?
put?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well,
I was gonna put what?
and it's not necessarily.
I love him though.
Yeah, I'd love to hate him. No.
It's not the Bears players necessarily that I'm hating on.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
know.
more the organization.
curse.
Yeah, it's
You're
the
hating on the curse.
It's more the organization as a whole. As much as Ryan Poles has done a great job at constructing a team and getting good draft picks, I don't think he's done the opposite with coaching staff.
I just don't know how much input he has on that though.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I know
definitely-
McCaskey does have a lot.
Well, it's definitely him for the head coaching job, and then for the head coaching job, he definitely has the biggest.
he has the
role.
power to fire him right now. if he
Right,
wanted to,
I
But the
know,
problem
I
is
know.
they're friends.
Yeah, they're friends, and we don't like paying coaches a lot of money.
Yeah. Well,
But-
we better give Ben Johnson a place.
That's
to
what I'm
start, though.
saying.
But when
we're
he
not going to.
hires Matt Eberflus, he's basically saying, okay, I trust Matt Eberflus to basically construct
Yeah.
the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and give the approval on all those guys. And to me, he doesn't really have that good of a judgment for guys that are going to come in and make a difference and set the team up for success because they have all the pieces to do it.
Hey, what if we go Mike Vrabel? Not a head coach.
Defensive coordinator, maybe.
Yeah. I just want someone who's gonna lead and fire the team
Yeah.
up. Okay, man.
Hey, think of maybe what's his name? Mike LaFleur.
Matt's brother,
Yeah,
older or younger?
younger.
That's something.
He's
we
with the
would do,
Rams.
bro. That's
That
how.
is- that is
We're
something we
about
would
to
do,
sign EIU's defensive coordinator
Yeah.
at head coach next year.
No, he's with the Rams. You know how good the Rams system. They run a similar system.
Honestly, I would take him.
That's in the McVay system. He
Yeah, but
helps
then
call the
he'll
plays.
come over here and the curse will
forget-
get to him and
Oh,
forget,
yeah.
forget
You're
everything
right.
that
Oh, yeah,
McVay
you're
ever
right.
taught him.
Yeah, like let's actually get Matt LaFleur and see what happens.
Yeah.
Or like,
yeah, you're right.
I wonder, what
Andy
would
Reid.
happen? Yeah. Bring Andy Reid over here. He's like,
just give us
"Uh."
put the Bears logo on the Chiefs team and let's just see
Yeah.
what happens. Okay.
You go.
James. Okay. I wrote down Keon Coleman. I'm a big Bills guy now after the Bears played. I've always.
Are they your AFC team?
Yes, they are.
Me too.
I love to
Haley
hate this
Steinfeld.
guy. Yeah, I love to hate this guy. I started him in fantasy this week. He goes from having a touchdown and like hundreds of yards weeks prior. Started him in fantasy. Dude had a 2-point catch. That was it.
Yeah. 20-yard catch.
Yeah, he did have a 20-yard catch and then a 2-point catch. So he got me 3 points. Wonderful job.
Nice.
I don't understand how. I just don't know. I don't think he doesn't look like he's really trying out there. Like he's looking like a George Pickens. Like he's like, I'm just gonna
Running
run
cardio.
out there. Yeah, he's running cardio, or I'm just gonna hit someone in the face and see what happens. He dropped a wide open slant.
Speaking of hitting somebody in the face,
Puka. I actually have not seen that clip
Yeah.
yet.
hit somebody in the face and then got
But
ejected.
I heard it was soft. I heard it was a soft
I do think
ejection.
it was pretty soft.
But anyways, yeah, Keon Coleman, just please catch more than one pass.
Kind of going off what Evan said, I put down Matt Eberflus / Shane Waldron. Shane Waldron and Matt Eberflus, like I said last week, they need to be shipped to Guantanamo Bay.
First class ticket.
Yeah.
Or in the car to go home.
I mean,
On a boat.
On a boat.
I remember this this clip has been resurfaced, but I think in January or February, whenever we hired Shane Waldron, somebody was asking JSN, like, oh, what are your thoughts on the Bears hiring Matt or Shane Waldron? And he was like, is this live? Like he was like, oh yeah, like he's a good guy.
Oh my.
Should have known right there, man. Should have known right there. He's
Who said
using JSN. And now look at him now. Look at JSN
Jackson
now.
Smith and
Jackson
Jigba.
Smith and Jigba.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
And now look at him. JSN, he's going crazy.
I don't get it.
He uses, like, when he was with Waldron, he was used as a decoy. And now he's going crazy and showing how DK and JSN could work together.
Anti-rocket.
Instead of having somebody be used as a decoy to get somebody open. You can have all three people try to get open and somebody will. Now we're using DJ Moore as a decoy and nobody's getting open. You know why? Because our best wide receiver is being used as a decoy. Like, we were watching the game the other day. Caleb Williams, all the time in the world, well, not all the time in the world, but he'll roll out probably like a 10-second play. He's looking downfield. Nobody's open.
Okay, man.
What are we doing?
I just drew up a quick play.
I like this.
This would work.
I like this.
Come on. Look, Cole Kmet's right here. Cole Kmet's right here.
Speaking of Cole Kmet, Shane Waldron, did you forget Cole Kmet even existed?
Dude.
You start using him more.
He can just, because look, the line. This is how the line's going to come like this.
Cole Kmet had like a stat line you did.
Yeah, he did. Actually, he was running cardio like me. Shout out Cole Kmet. We'd love to have you on the pod.
Just give him a
Twinsies
hitch.
on running cardio, but like, come on, man. Like,
Just.
And Matt Eberflus definitely lost the locker room already. He's not a leader.
No.
He's a
not even
loser. He's
follower.
actually a loser.
He's a straight up
He's a
loser that
loser.
gets bullied into doing what other people say.
Whatever. Hopefully we do the right moves this offseason.
We won't. We never do. We're going to hire another middle-aged white guy who just takes orders
Yeah.
and doesn't want to change anything because they don't want to hire anyone who's going to be assertive because they would have done it.
Yep. Well, that's all I got over here.
What were we talking about?
I feel for you.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Let's hop into our parlay picks.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
I'm the only one who wrote mine in the notes, so.
I was just going to do it right off the dome.
Yeah. Who'd
All
you
right.
pick? Well, let's just say last week we went 2 for 4.
Yeah.
Evan missed. Aaron Jones didn't score, and our guest picker
Man,
with the most safe pick, honestly,
Yes.
Kyron Williams didn't score.
we should have known.
Yeah.
But, Jalen Hurts scored and
Derrick Henry, King
Ball
Henry,
scored.
That's a cop-out pick.
King Henry.
It's a cop-out pick, but
Who cares?
who cares? He scored.
That was
Yeah.
probably like minus odds.
Probably.
Yeah, I think
So was
I
Kyron
did
Williams.
put it in, and it was like $5 to win like 20. So I mean, maybe
That's
less
20 bucks.
16. I think it was 16. It just wasn't great. But going into this week,
Let's let Evan go first.
and then we'll kind of look. Here.
I picked Puka Nakua, a
A
guy that I think, little revenge game.
I'd like that. I'd like that for
I would like
fantasy.
that.
I'd like that.
So I think they're going to get him a little bit more involved, and I think they'll have to win a game.
Yeah.
Give me Mercedes Lewis. No, I'm kidding.
First touchdown.
Mercedes Lewis first touchdown. No,
I got.
I don't know. I really honestly should have thought about this a little bit.
Do you want to look at the schedule?
I
while I
did.
choose mine?
I did kind of just want to pick Derrick Henry again, but
You
I'm
can't
not
pick
going
the
to do
same
that.
guy
I know.
twice.
You
I'm not
can't.
gonna do
I'm
that.
going with Jonathan Taylor. They're playing the Bills. The Bills kind of got gashed by the Dolphins, but Jonathan Taylor's been having a pretty good weeks recently, so I think he gets in the end zone.
True.
Give me.
You can't say Gibbs either,
Why not?
because you said Gibbs the other week. You can't just keep bouncing around.
No,
with
I
two people.
didn't.
Did he not?
You did Montgomery.
I did Montgomery.
Okay.
All right, give me Jimmy Gibbs.
Oh,
Again, wait, who are they playing?
Are they on a bye?
No, they
Packers
play.
are.
Oh, here they are. All right, just had to scroll down. They're playing the Texans? Yeah, give me Jimmy Gibbs.
Jimmy Gibbs receiving or rushing?
Either
Oh,
one.
we got another
Another ad here?
Gosh,
another political ad.
Unskippable again.
No, let's just.
All right, you heard it. Puka Nakua, Jonathan Taylor, and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Anytime touchdown.
These guys, they don't like to pick wide receivers, but it's
Nope.
all right.
I don't trust him.
Before we get into our Week 10 picks,
What?
just want to go over our picks from last week, our records from last week.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
I went best week of the week, 12-3, which brings my season total of 64-43. We're all positive, by the way.
Still,
Chris went 9-6,
yeah, not great.
Rough week for
I felt like
Chris.
I was influenced by Ben a little
which
bit.
brings him to 63-44,
Mm-hmm.
and Evan went 11-4, which brings him to 62-45. Close race.
Trying to catch up.
I'm trying to get back in. Hey guys, sorry again for technical difficulties, but we're gonna put the picks in here. It got cut off again, and make sure you go out and vote today.